Welcome to today's game between the Dubuque Saints and the Sioux City Metros. JV going through warm-ups right now. They'll get underway here in about 3 minutes. Dubuque was victorious last night in the varsity contest, 3-2 versus the Quad Cities. They did fall in the JV contest. Sioux City comes in currently leading the league in points. They've got a couple games in hand on the other teams, but it'll be a tough challenge for the Saints this weekend. Some scores from around the league today. It was the Capitals JV over Cedar Rapids 5-4. Quad Cities JV upset Mason City 3-2. The Cedar Rapids gets their first win of the season at the varsity level, defeating the Caps 4-3. And looks like Mason City Quad City varsity isn't decided right now. Currently tied at 2 in the second intermission. So Sioux City JV comes in with a record of 9-1. 2 losses in shootouts. Dubuque JV is sitting at 4-4 with 2 losses in shootouts. For Sioux City, they're led by Jack McCune. Currently 20 points with 8 goals, 12 assists. We'll most likely see Gunnar Moniger in that. He started all 12 games for them. 9-1 with an 89 save percentage. Only a 1 goal against, so he'll be a tough nut to crack. For Dubuque, they're led by Corbin Deutsch. He's got 6 points. Cade Weiner also 6 points. He's got 4 assists to Deutsch's 3 goals, 3 assists. And CJ Mueller right there too with 5 goals, no assists. Santos sent out Connor Sheehy in net today to play the JV game. Sheehy was victorious in last night's varsity game in the Quad Cities. Looks like Ethan Fox will be our referee today's JV game. He was with us last night in the Quad Cities as well. He's got Dave Blondin as a linesman, and I can't identify the other guy. Saints look like they'll start with the Netherly line. Gavin Netherly flanked by Corbin Deutsch, CJ Mueller, Cam Spangler, and Ben Zick back on defense. Puck's down and we're underway. Sioux City possesses. They'll go D to Z in front of the bench. Kicked up to center ice. Stole there by Deutsch. They get it into the zone. Netherly sends it across the ice over to Spangler. She'll regroup behind the net. D to D over to Zick. Zick plays it up the boards to Deutsch. Deutsch tries to bang it out of the zone and can. He's now carrying it through center ice. Little backhand pass over to Mueller. Walk top of the high slot. Shot saved by Sioux City. Sioux City now in possession on the near boards. Oh, got away with a little half trip there. Dubuque dumps it back in. We go back behind the Sioux City bench, or behind the Sioux City goal line. Long cross ice pass. Plays Seegers there. Sioux City can't quite get the centering pass. Bang down low. They'll work it below the goal line. Out to the slot. Backhand shot. Saved by Sheehy. It's Cade Weiner. Off to Jackson Heacock. Passes up to Xander Sheehy. Sheehy takes it across the blue line. It's knocked loose there. He'll hold for help. Centers to Heacock. Can't quite hold on to it there. Sioux City sends it back. It's Liam Henry. Kicks it up to Heacock. Heacock at the red line. Cross to Sheehy. Sheehy's pass is stolen to Weiner. Had a man there just for a second. They'll cross in front of the bench. Dubuque takes possession. Sagers up to Heacock again. Cross ice to Joseph Ross off the bench. Sioux City steals. They'll take it back into the zone. Shot. Saved by Sheehy. And he'll eat it there. Ross in for the faceoff now. He'll win it back to Zick. Zick will go behind the boards to Spangler. Spangler tries to send it up the middle. Ross has got it there. Knocks it forward. Back behind Spangler. Sioux City can't quite get there. Ross with a nice stick lift. Can't quite clear it. Walked into the slot. Shot, goal. So Sioux City takes a quick 1-0 lead. 12:59 left in the first period. Looks like that's Jack's Troper. We're going to go with Troper. Picked up the loose puck and got it by Sheehy. Ross, Ruiz, and that's Pierce on the far side. Puck's down. Pierce has got it. Back to Zick. Zick fans on his pass. Sioux City steals. Now it's Spangler. Tries to bang out the boards. Gets it up to Ruiz. Fans on his pass. Ross kicks it out in front of the benches. Sioux City loses possession. Pierce skates through a nice check. Down below the goal line. Stolen by Pierce. Walked out in front. Loose puck. Early whistle. I could see it from here, but Ethan's the man with the whistle, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Dubuque sends out pulls, and smothers. Puck down. Sioux City controls. They'll take it behind the net. Break out the far side. Up through center ice. Liam Henry steals the puck there. Kicks it back out. Goes back into the Dubuque offensive zone. Chase Poles will chase there. Michael Poles. I guess that was a check. Sioux City walks. Shoots wide. Back out to the blue line. Big shot there. Off the goalpost. Sheehy never saw it. Poles chips it past the blue line. Sioux City regroups. They'll walk it in front of the bench. That's offsides. And we'll get the whistle. The Netherlands line will step back out. Mueller and Deutsch. Looks like we'll get Zick and Kleesner back on defense. Puck's down. It's knocked down behind the goal line. Sioux City's got it there momentarily. Gavin Nedley on his back. Battled there. Sioux City looks like they might come away with it, but then Wyatt Kleesner steps in. He'll walk out, gives it to Mueller. Mueller kicks it across to Deutsch. Deutsch will carry it up in front of the benches, dumps it in. Now he'll look to win the race in front. Saunders it out, just on the goalposts. Sioux City now, near boards, up in front of the benches. Knocked loose. Mueller's got it. Sends it over to Deutsch again. Deutsch will take it up the far side this time. Stolen there by Sioux City. They might have us in a change. We got 3 back. Sioux City hits the brakes. Drops it down below the goal line. Circles to the faceoff dot. Knocked loose there. Mueller again tries to hit Deutsch. Just out of his reach. It'll go the length for an icing. Weiner, Heacock, and Sheehy out now. Sheehy kicks it off to Weiner. Just in front of him, though. Sioux City controls in the defensive zone. They'll go D to D. Send it up along the boards. Puck knocked loose. Sheehy gloves it down. Takes it right through center. Knocked off the puck there. Sioux City's got it. They'll circle behind the net. Wrap it around the boards. Spangler took one for the team there. Went head first. Managed to hold the puck in. Now Sioux City will work the far side. Kicks it up to center ice. Cade Weiner steals it there. Takes an elbow to the head. Walks it to the slot. Loose puck. Sioux City collects. They'll work it up the near side. Peacock throws a big hit. Ruiz can't quite hold on to it. Sioux City sends it to length. And we'll get an icing. So 10:07 left in the first period. Sioux City jumping out to the 1-0 lead. Head and shots, 3-1 also. Joseph Ross in for the faceoff. Controls it there at the dot. It's knocked back to the D, where it comes out of the zone. Henry fires it on the net. Do it again. This time outside the zone. Henry and Zick on defense. Ross, Pierce, and Ruiz. Puck's loose. Ruiz tries to carry it in. It's stolen there. Now it's dumped in below the goal line. Sioux Center goaltender leaves it there. Sioux City tries to bring it up the near side. Squirts out. Zick's got it now. Goes back. He'll try and go behind the net. Loses the handle there. Shakes the defender too. Centering pass to Pierce. Takes it down the middle. That's a trip. And we'll get it. So Dubuque with its first power play opportunity of the game. They'll send out their number 1 power play unit. Hopefully one more player joins this one. There he is. Nico Ruiz, Xander Sheehy, Joseph Ross will be our forwards. We've got Seegers and Weiner on defense. Sheehy with the faceoff. Had it momentarily. Squirts back to Seegers. Wrap down below. Joseph Ross. Big hit down there. Ross with a wraparound. Can't quite finish. Weiner walks in from the blue line. He'll hold it there. Sends to Ross. Can't quite get a good shot. Ruiz knocked down from behind. And they'll send it to the ice. Sheehy's back there. He'll leave it for Sagers. Sagers does a little dance behind the net. Has his pass tipped. Works it up to center ice. Now it's Ross. Carries it into the zone. Takes out all kinds of stuff. We've got a garage sale going on over there. Looks like a referee may be hurt. It's Dave Blondin. He's not looking the greatest right now. And he's up. I'm sure he does it for the applause, but it's good to see Dave back on his feet. None the worse for wear. I'm sure he'll feel it tomorrow. Netherly in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Back to Mueller. Mueller sends it over to Zick. Zick kicks it out head to Pierce. Pierce leaves it for Netherly. Hits the brakes inside the zone. They'll try and set something up here. Pierce has got it. Works it low. Down to Deutsch. Leaves it for Pierce. Pierce kicks it out in front. Sioux City steals in the slot. Comes around to the far side. Not a nice, because there's a penalty. Put your arm down, Dave. Must have hit his head. Ben Zick's got it now. Leaves it for Deutsch. Deutsch with some speed. Up through neutral ice. Carries into the zone. That was interference all day. He's still working him over there. That was an absolutely terrible call. I don't feel like that's criticizing the refs. I feel like that's speaking truth. Puck played down. Ben Zick will go back and collect it. Zick's got it behind the goal line. Looks for an option. He's got Ruiz coming up the near side. Centers to Ross. Ross leaves for Deutsch and then skates off sides. Puck's down. Cade Weiner's got it. He'll send it back. 4 seconds left in the Dubuque power play. Penalty expires. Spangler plays it up to Sheehy. Sheehy has it stolen there. Sent over to Heacock. Heacock's got it. They'll play it behind the net. Seegers will go over to get it. Bangs it up to Sheehy. Jumps over his stick. Long shot from the point. Connor Sheehy covers. He'll play it to the corner. Sioux City with a little control here. Shot from the point. Wide. Just off Sheehy's glove. Seegers gets knocked off the puck. Sioux City's got 3 guys in the corner. Spangler now behind the net. Sends it up the far side. Jackson Heacock steals it there and kicks it out to center ice. Xander Sheehy will apply a little pressure. Kicked cross ice. Stolen there by Weiner. They manage to get it back, and they'll bring it back in the attack into the offensive zone. Sioux City walks it, centering. Saved by Sheehy. Another cover and another save by Sheehy. .626 left in the first period. Joseph Ross in for the faceoff. He'll take it. Zick sends it around the back of the net. Pierce is there. Can't hit Ross on the cross ice pass. Waddick comes up. He'll carry it out of the zone. Through center ice with a little speed. Gets it in. Joseph Ross comes in. Bang back to Waddick. It'll squirt by him. Zick's got it at center ice. Cuts back. Chips it up to Pierce. Pierce takes a big hit. And we'll get an offsides. Shots in favor of the Metros, 5-1. Gonna need to get some shots if we're gonna get some goals, boys. Ruiz, Ross, and Pierce out for the faceoff. Puck's down. Sioux City's got it. They'll kick it up the middle. Again, up the middle. Zick's got it now. He'll circle behind the net. Looks for Ruiz. Nope. Skates by Ruiz. Throws it to the Sioux City defender. Shot hits Connor Sheehy directly in the head. They don't ask how they save it. They just ask that you do. We'll get Michael Chase and Brock out for a defensive zone faceoff. Puck's down. Sioux City's got it at the D. They'll kick it down below the goal line. Liam Henry down there. Sends it over to Smothers. Smothers blindly sends it through the middle. Sioux City controls. Michael pulls, chases him down, applies a little pressure. They send it in, tipped at the blue line. Sheehy manages to stop it below the blue line. Kicks it out to Smothers. Smothers throws it up to the Sioux City defender. Walk to the top of the slot, slow pass to the middle. Sagers with a nice save there. Henry runs someone over behind the net. Things are getting a little chippy here. You got a dog piled in the corner there. Puck squirts out to neutral ice. Pulls, tries to send it up. Stolen there by Sioux City. Right. Now Chase has got it. Gives it back to Liam Henry. Over to Smothers. Smothers has it stolen there. Smothers is going to get a call for high sticking. Sioux City now. Extra attacker on. Here comes that Smothers penalty for high sticking. We'll get Deutsch and Nethery out on the penalty kill. They're joined by Zick and Spangler back on defense. Puck's down. Saints managed to clear it. Deutsch will make them work for their money. Left behind the net there. Carried out on the far side. Cuts back. Now they'll try and bring it right up the middle. Bad pass to the far side. Netherly steps in. Connecting another pass at center ice. Now they're 3-on-2 in the offensive zone. Walks it to the high slot. Shot. Saved by Sheehy. Shots are 7-1. Connor Sheehy's getting a workout down there. We'll leave that unit out for the continuation of the penalty. Saints win the faceoff. Back to the corner. Sioux City steals. They've got it there. They set up on the near boards. Kick back to the D. Just manages to hold it in. Goes D to D. Now they've got it at the top of the circles. Works it back around to the boards. Leaves it there. High slot. Shot. Sagers hard off the boards. Deutsch gets a piece of it. Comes all the way back. Sioux City to collect. Takes it all the way back to the blue line. Little drop pass there. Jackson Heacock now. Forces the play wide. Sioux City on the near boards. Walks off. Gives it to the D. D walks it to the middle. Gives to his partner. Back high slot. Just out of the reach of Heacock. Goes down to the corner. Wrapped around the back of the net. There we go. Deutsch has got it. He'll dump it on net. Just wide of the net. Served its purpose. 20 seconds left on this penalty. Heacock makes them make the long pass. They're 2-on-3. Sheehy forces him wide. Cuts back to the high slot. Knocked loose there by Heacock. Sheehy can't quite get to it. Sioux City steals. They'll wheel below the goal line. All the way around to the far side. Now controlling on the far boards. Penalties expired. Smothers is back out of the box. Puck comes around. Smothers gets it. Joseph Ross will jump off the bench. We'll get a change here. Sioux City comes up through center ice. Across the red line. Across the blue line. Sheehy knocks it loose. They'll regroup at neutral ice. Go D to D. Over to the near boards. Chipped in there. Just out of the reach of Spangler. Walks down the middle. Gets a shot. Sheehy tips it wide. Fired back into the blue line. Another long shot. Sheehy kicks it to the near boards. Just out of the reach of Zick's stick. Sioux City, nice little backhand pass. Off to the left. Sheehy poke check. Out to the point. Can't hold on to it there. Manages to keep it just in, though. Now cross ice pass. Top of the circle. Dances around Zick. Leaves it at the face-off dot. Sheehy again with the save. Another shot. Nice block shot by Joe Ross. Diving, clearing attempt by Pierce. Shot fired wide. It'll come around. Ruiz puts a big hit on the near boards. Shot to Sheehy. Kick to the corner. Sioux City fires it back to their D. Another long shot. Another save by Sheehy. Rebound goal. So it looks like we've got Spencer Elias on the goal there. He's the first on the flyby line. Dubuque weathered the storm there for just about as long as they could. Nethery out for the faceoff. Puck's down. Dubuque wins it to the near side. Sioux City regroups in their own zone. They'll bring it up the near side. Stolen there by Seegers. They'll walk around Kleesner on the far side. Throwing it to the front. Couldn't get a stick on it. Deutsch chips it by his man. He's got Mueller in the middle. Can't get him the puck. Puck wrapped down. Sheehy will stop it behind the net. Long pass up to Mueller. Worked all the way back down to the slot. Now it's Wyatt Kleesner behind the net. He'll walk it to the near side. Sheds a check. Squirts out of the neutral zone. CJ Mueller in a foot race. He's got the puck. They try and rub him off on the near side. Goes back below the goal line. Deutsch is over there. He'll knock it below the goal line also. Behind the net now. Sioux City's got it. 20 seconds left in the period. Sioux City just kind of playing around with it behind their net. They'll go D to D again. A long pass that he stops behind the net. Sends right out to a Sioux City player at the high circle. Nope. And that'll do it for the first period, even though I forgot to start the clock. Take my word for it. So the Saints trailing 2-0. Shots on goal in favor of the Metros, 13-1. Gonna need a little more offense out of our team. Looks like my video may be frozen. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get this back on track. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Sioux City carries it up the middle. Shot saved by Sheehy. Kick behind the net. Now it's stuck in the back of the net. They'll work it off. Ruiz has got it. Nope, that's Weiner on the far side or near side. Sioux City top of the circle. Cross ice pass. Nice save by Sheehy. Still worked loose. And we'll get a whistle. Ross and Pierce and Ruiz out for the faceoff. Puck's down. Sits at center at the faceoff dot. Still there. Now it's Pierce. Gets it up to the D. Gets it out of the zone. Sioux City gets it back. They'll regroup in the defensive zone. Sends it up far side. Got a tip just on the other side of the blue line, so that's a terrible call, but we'd expect nothing less. Ross in for the faceoff. Puck goes back towards Sioux City's goalie. They'll circle it back behind the net. Controlled there. That's Ruiz gets knocked off the puck hard. Hard towards the net. Sioux City stops it. They'll walk it up the far side. Across the blue line. Zick gets trucked and then hit again. Puck cleared the length of the ice. And we're going to get an icing. And we're going to get a delayed penalty, too. So Sioux City will go on the power play as Joseph Ross takes the penalty. Oddly in the same area where Corbin Deutsch was robbed of his money. Oh, and not only did he get a 2, he got a 10-minute penalty as Brock Smothers comes in to serve it. Puck's down. Sioux City controls. They'll leave it on the near boards. Kick back to the D. Sioux City walks up. Goal D to D. Shot. Saved by Sheehy. He'll kick it to the corner. Played off the boards by Henry. Battled there. Now it's Netherly. Squirts back to the D. They'll go D to D. Top of the circles. Shot wide. Wrapped around the near boards. Held in there. Walked down to the tops of the circles. Fired to the slot. Can't quite be controlled there. And Deutsch will clear it. Sioux City goalie picks it up there. Leaves it behind the net.
Penalty number 6, Joe Ross. 2 minutes for head contact and a 10-minute misconduct.
Shot saved by Sheehy. Another rebound, another save, another goal. So Ross's 10-minute penalty will start a minute and 6 seconds earlier. Pierce laid a big hit there. I'm sure it was retribution at the blue line. This game is quickly getting out of hand. Weiner, Heacock, and Sheehy out for the faceoff. Puck's down. Knock loose there. Gonna go to the far side. Overscared the puck. It gets dumped all the way down below the goal line. Spangler will pick it up there. In the near corner, she'll throw it out. Weiner's got it now. Rubbed off the puck. That's interference also. Spangler gives it back to Seegers. Heacock backhands it in. Weiner will go chase. Now behind the goal line, Weiner rubs his man off the puck. Heacock there to help out. On the near near boards, Sheehy knocks his man down. Spangler's got it below the goal line. She'll play it up to Heacock. Heacock tries to send it to Weiner. It's still in there, all alone in front. Sheehy with the save, another save. Heacock now with the puck behind the net. Seegers tries to play it up to Sheehy, a little hard, back all the way up to the D. Chip straight up in the air. Sheehy can of corn. Shots in favor of Sioux City, 20-4 now. Netherly in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Zick kicks it up. Deutsch and Mueller on a 2-on-1 here. Deutsch from the faceoff. That shot directly into the Sioux City goalie. Puck's down. Sioux City's got it. They'll play it around the back of the net. On the near boards. Waddick gets down. Plays it below the goal line. Mueller kicks it out to Deutsch in the slot. Shot just wide. Zick steps in on the near board. Shot towards the net. Deflected in front by Mueller. Now it's Waddick to hold it in. Chips it down low into the corner. Sioux City tries to walk it out. Mueller knocks him off the puck. This game is not being called even close. Zick knocks his man off the puck. Netherly steps in to help out. Another big hit by Waddick there. Sioux City sends it across to the D. Walks it to the top of the circle. It's blocked in front. Rebound comes out. Sheehy with a nice save. Mueller sends it across to Zick. Zick bangs it out. Up to Deutsch. Deutsch has got a man here. Works it down to the corner, and he'll go for a change. Pierce comes charging off the bench. Runs into a man from behind. Now it's Chase Poles into the corner. Nico Ruiz manages to hold it in. Gets it down to Poles. Poles centers it. Nice save. Rebound goal! Chase Poles with a nice shot. Centering attempt. Nolan Pierce came in. Goalie gave him an inch, and he took it all. Buried it in the back of the net. So the Saints get back on the board with just their 6th shot on net. Now trailing 1-3.
Dubuque Saints goal scored by number 16, Nolan Pierce. Assisted by number 24, Chase Paul.
Puck's down.
9:48 remaining in the second period.
Pierce has got a pretty big cheering crowd in the stands tonight. It's nice to see him pay them off. Shot blocked over to the corner. Comes around. Poles can't get it out. Centered, high slot. Shot blocked up in front, tipped off to the near side. Still squirts loose. Now it's back to the slot. Blocked again. Sagers has got it on the far side. He'll play it up to Ruiz. Kicks it out to the middle. Pierce has got a step on a breakaway. Goal again! I'd like to personally invite all those fans that have come to watch Nolan Pierce. Go ahead and come back anytime you want. So the Saints close it to a 1-goal game now. Nolan Pierce having the shift of the season. Puck down. Sioux City controls. Spangler's got it inside the zone. She'll kick it up just out of the reach of Heacock. Sioux City's got it there. Pleaser with an assist on the game, or on the goal. Offsides. Sioux City gonna take a penalty here for rough. That's Bristol Steffi. So Dubuque will send its power play unit out again. Jackson Heacock a little slow to get up after that roughing call. Sheehy will step in for the faceoff. He's got Pierce after a short rest. Ruiz, Weiner, Seegers with him. Puck's down. Seems to be a common thread tonight. Squirts back to Seegers. Seegers got a little room. Shots, hits Pierce in front. Long clearing attempt will go the length. Connor Sheehy will grab it there. Pressure coming. Connor makes it interesting. Gets it to his brother Xander. Xander cross ice to Cade. Cade carries it into the zone. Hits the brakes. Loses it there. Pierce knocks it down. Saints will look to set something up here. Seegers back to Pierce. Pierce cross ice. Skips to Sheehy. Sheehy shot. Tipped in front. Scored down in front. Pierce with the hat trick.
Scoring for your Dubuque Saints, number 16, Nolan Pierce with the hat trick. Assisted by number 34, Xander Sheehy. With 8:20 remaining in the second period.
So we've got a tie game. Halfway through, let's start it again. Saints have a little energy. They're moving a little harder now. Played up the near side. Zick's got it now. He'll take it behind the net. Plays it off to Spangler. Knock loose there. Kicked out in front. Knocked back to the corner. Bouncing puck. Now it's Deutsch. Netherly takes a big hit there. Another big hit on Deutsch. Puck to the near corner. Spangler back at the D. Shoots it just wide of the net. Sheehy on the far side. Works it to the corner. Centers it. Spangler can't quite hold it in. Puck squirts out. Delayed offsides is over. Sioux City will carry it up the ice. Cade Weiner knocks it up. Heacock's got it there. Another late hit. Seems to be the theme of the game here. Weiner knocks it loose. He's got it in the slot. Works. Saved. Kicked out in front, and that'll be a save and a whistle. Ruiz in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Through the slot, but no one was there. Pierce to go to pick it up. Aerial pass clears the zone. All the way back to the defensive zone. Liam Henry's got it there. Sends it over to Seegers. Seegers will walk it up the near side. Gives it off to Pierce. Back to Seegers. Cross ice pass. Blocked in front. Played up the near boards. Sheehy stops it behind the net. Pierce has got it there. He'll go D to D. Back to Seegers. Seegers fans on it. On the half wall. Squirts out to center ice. Foot race now with Nolan Pierce again. No call as he continues to hold him down. Ridiculous. Just plain ridiculous. Shot goal! Liam Henry. Liam Henry with a seeing eye puck from the far wall. Squirts underneath the goaltender as the Saints jump out to a 4-3 lead. Saints back on the attack. Fired to the slot. Kick back. Spangler can't quite hold it in. It'll come back. He skates up. He'll play it up the near boards. Sioux City steals. They'll work it down on the near side, down to the corner. Battled for there on the near boards. Netherly tries to knock his man off the puck. Squirts out. Mueller steps in now. Back to the Sioux City D. Floating puck. Chipped out to the side by Spangler. Back to the D they'll go. Blocked again by Spangler in front. Chipped out in front. Sheehy kicks it to the far side. Sioux City regroups. They'll dump it down low into the corner. Unbelievable. Puck touch there. Apparently not touched. Unbelievable.
Dubuque Saints penalty on number 19, Gavin Nevery, 2 minutes for tripping. With 4:58 remaining in the second period.
So the Saints will send out Ruiz and Pierce for the penalty kill. Sagers and Henry. Back on D. Played up to the near side. Ruiz has got it there. Kicks it to Pierce. Pierce again with the step. Puck knocked loose. Ruiz has got it on the far side. Battles through. They'll come back and collect. Pierce takes it all the way back to the blue line. Pierce with a long pass out to center ice. Sioux City regroups there. They'll go D to D. Unbelievable. Another Saints penalty. So they'll go 2 men down for a minute 30.
Saints penalty number 16, Nolan Pierce, 2 minutes for tripping. And 4:28 remaining in the second period.
Deutsch will come out and be our lone forward. Puck back to the Sioux City D. They'll wrap it down below the goal line. Comes to the near corner. Walk below the goal line. Off to the far side corner. He'll take it back to the D. High slot. Shot, save, rebound, save. Puck squirts loose, blocked in front. Goal. A little speechless here. Sorry about that.
Sioux City goal, power play goal scored by number 18, Jack McHugh, and assisted by number 42, Riley Ebner.
Puck's down. Sioux City's got it on the far side. They'll circle back. Bring it up the near side in front of the board. Stops, cuts back, goes D to D. Pauses at the defensive blue line. Circles back again. No tripping there. Works it down the far side. Back behind the goal line. Comes out. Kicks it back to the D. High slot. Figures it down to the low slot. Saved by Sheehy. And we'll get a whistle. Minute left on that Pierce penalty. Saints continue to play a man down. Sheehy and Ruiz will jump off the bench. Puck's down. Ruiz backhands it out of the zone all the way out to center ice. Sheehy will pressure him a little. Knocks the puck loose. Ruiz steps in now. They'll play it out. Spangler can't quite get a good handle on it, but gets enough to knock it into the defensive zone. They'll attack up the far side. Ruiz knocks his man off the puck. That's offsides. Still offsides. Long clearing attempt by Zick. That'll go all the way down. Stopped behind the net by the Sioux City goalie. Sioux City will take it there. Cross ice pass. Top of the circle. Zick's got him pinned in there. Knocks the puck loose. Sheehy behind the net. Battles for it there. Puck squirts out to the near corner. Back after the bounce, or back of the net. Walk to the high slot. Knocked off of Spangler's skates. Sheehy now gets it up to Weiner. Weiner carries it in front of his own bench. Walks down. Cuts onto the faceoff. Shot, save. So Dubuque successfully kills off that last penalty. Dubuque's kind of climbed their way back into the shots now. 14-26, still in favor of the Metros, but it's good to see some offense on the board there. Puck's down into the near corner. Sioux City will walk it behind the net. Up the far side. Chipped off the boards. Henry's got it there. He'll bounce it back out to center ice. Now it's Chase Pulls. Puck stolen from behind. On the far board, Sioux City takes it back. They'll work it through center ice. Knocked into the zone, stolen there by Seegers. He'll get it back to neutral ice. Cross ice pass. Sioux City gets it back into the zone. Liam Henry back to get it. He'll take it behind the net. Rubbed off the puck there. Loses it in the corner. Now it squirts out in front. Seegers has got it. Gets it ahead to Ruiz. Can't quite get a handle on it. Squirts all the way back to the defensive zone of Sioux City. Sioux City's got it. Sends it up the middle. They'll come through center ice with a little speed. Shot on Sheehy. Kicked it up. Behind the net now. Into the far corner. Sent in front of the boards by Netherly. Mueller will pick it up there. Advances it down the ice. Sioux City's got it. They'll go D to D. Icing call. Joseph Ross steps out on the ice. He's finished with his 10-minute penalty. He's got Cade Weiner, and I'm not sure who was at the other wing there. Nolan Pierce. Sioux City wins the faceoff, and they'll bring it out. Dump it into the zone. Sheehy will go back behind the net to control it. Raptor on the boards to Pierce. Pierce has got it there. Fans on the pass. Sends it up the middle. Cade Weiner. Looks like Nolan Pierce's helmet was knocked off behind the play, and Sioux City's going to get a head contact penalty for it.
Sioux City penalty on number 20, Ben Deck. 2 minutes for head contact and a 10-minute misconduct.
Puck's down.
9 seconds remaining
Dubuque's got it.
in the second period.
Okay, Weiner sends it through the slot. No one there. Xander Sheehy, top of the circles. Shot wide. It'll wrap around to the near boards. Seegers will hold it in there. Gets it down to Weiner. Weiner has it stolen. Nope, takes it back. Dances around another. High slot. Kicks it off to Sheehy. Sioux City player falls on the backside of the net for no particular reason. 6 seconds left in the penalty, or in the period. Roston for the faceoff. Puck's down. Sheehy with a nice shot. Rebound loose. That'll do it for the period. So the Saints will head into the intermission tied at 4-4. Amazing comeback there in the second period.
4-4. Shots on goal for Sioux City, 27. For Dubuque, 16.
Dubuque claws back into the shots on goal. Now trailing 27-16. just about ready to go here in the third period. Puck's down. We're underway. Saints still on a power play. Nico Ruiz will take it back behind the net. Or behind the blue line, I should say. Gives off to Sheehy. Sheehy off to Ross. Ross gets it in the zone. Ruiz in the corner. Tries to send it. Pops up over the net. Weiner on the far corner. Leaves it for Ruiz out in front. Oh, shot wide of Joseph Ross. Ross gets pinned behind the net. Sioux City fires at the length of the ice. Connor Sheehy will stop it there. He'll play it up to his brother. Can't quite get a handle on it. Ross knocked off the puck. Still battled through. Sager sends it across to Weiner. Weiner takes it across the blue line. Stolen there. Xander Sheehy with a nice back check. Stick lift knocks it loose. In the corner. Big hit by Sheehy. He's going to get an elbow for that. Roughing. Roughing is what the call is going to be. It's a rough game, referee Fox. So we'll get 4-on-4 hockey for the next 18 seconds. Sioux City will then go on a power play. Pearson Ruiz step out forwards. Puck's down. Sioux City controls. They'll go back to their D. D to D. Blocked in front. Ruiz has got it there. Gives off to Sioux City. Top of the circle. Shot. Shot wide. Comes around to the near boards. Worked there. Picked up. Circled around the top of the circle. Tries to walk it to the slot. Falls, and we don't get a penalty call. Sent the length of the ice. No icing on the Sioux City power play. Sioux City walks it up the far side. Cuts across the middle. Shot towards the net. Saved by Sheehy. Kick to the corner. Just out of the reach of Sagers. They'll recollect. High slot. Sent across to the far side. Walk back to the blue line. Dump back down below the goal line. Henry will go to get it there. He's dumped from behind. And they'll get the penalty for that. It's a ref game. Referee Fox. I'm glad to see the horrible calls are going both ways, though. That's always nice to see.
2 minutes for cross-checking. 12:57 remaining.
So 4-on-4 hockey again. For a minute 11, and the Saints will get a brief power play. Netherly and Deutsch step out. A late change there by the visiting Sioux City team. Netherly wins the faceoff. Sioux City controls behind their own net. Poked loose there. Netherly's got it in the corner. Chases behind the net. Sioux City will try and bang it around. Can't quite do it. Now it's Deutsch on the near corner. Bangs it down below the goal line. Sioux City collects there. They'll bang it up the near sides. Sagers fires it down low. All the way back below the goal line again. Played up the middle. Sioux City's got a step into the slot. They'll try the wraparound. Kicked out. Poked by Sheehy. Spangler sends it the length. This is going to be icing. Netherly and Deutsch will stay out at the forwards. We'll get Henry and Zick on defense. Puck's down. Henry can't quite get it out. It's knocked back in. Netherly will knock it to the corner. Stolen there by Sioux City. They'll try and wrap it around. Walks it to the faceoff dot. High slot. Turn. Fire. Saved by Sheehy. Rebound. Kicked out in front. Dangerous play there. Henry sends it to length. Slow whistle on the ice. Backman Blondin had to blow the whistle. I'm not sure why the front guy didn't. Just another example of the fine officiating we're getting here today. It's like goaltender Sheehy is letting referee Fox know his thoughts on the matter. Comes from bad stock, that kid. Saints clear it out to neutral ice. All the way down. Now we're just calling icing to call icing. Dubuque now on the power play, so we'll get a nice change here. Ross, Sheehy, Ruiz, Weiner. Sagers the lone defenseman. Puck down. Gets it over to Sagers. Sagers walks it behind the net. Gets it off to Weiner. Weiner's got Sheehy across the ice. Chooses not to pass to him. Sends it up the other side to Ross. Ross hesitates inside the blue line. Jumps it down to Ruiz. Ruiz gives a fake pass. Kicks it back out. A little too hard for Weiner to hold on to. Puck's knocked loose all the way back down. Sagers will go back to get it. Sheehy's got it there. Not that Sheehy. Weiner up to Ross. Ross dumps it in. Ruiz and Sheehy will chase on net. Nice save by the Sioux City goaltender. We'll send out the line because there's only 9 seconds left on this power play. So we'll get the Netherly line. Flanked by Deutsch and Meyer. Mueller. We don't even have a Meyer on the JV team. Zick and Spangler back on defense. Puck's down. Mueller's got it. Gives it back to Spangler. Tip just out of her reach. Zick will go to get it. Takes it behind the net. He'll pause there. Plays up to Deutsch. Can't quite get a handle on it, but Sioux City does. They'll work it back into the zone. Deutsch throws an elbow. Surprisingly uncalled. Sent through the middle. Couldn't quite get a handle on it. Sioux City now on the goal line. Works it around the back of the net. Held there. Player trips over the puck. Zick gets it out of the zone. Sioux City dumps it back in. Sheehy will leave it there for Spangler. Spangler gets it up to Mueller. Mueller walks it through the defensive slot. Sends it the length of the ice. On net. Sioux City goalie can't quite hold on to it. Comes loose. Deutsch rides his man into the boards. Tries to throw a hip check and loses his balance. Now it's Pierce battling for it in the corner. Knocks it back up. Can't quite get to his defenseman. And we got a 2-on-1 going the other way. 3-on-1. 1-on-3. 1-on-3. Spangler kicks it up to Ruiz. Sioux City steals, and they'll collect in the defensive zone. Wheels, and then we'll attack on the far side now. Plays it up. Spangler's got it again. Stolen again. Ross goes for a big hit and scares him off. Pierce has got it on the far side. Plays it up to Ruiz. Ruiz into the zone. Puck knocked loose there. Tries to get it down low to Pierce. Can't quite get there. Chipped up. Sagers gets it in his feet and manages to knock it forward. Ruiz in his feet now. Played all the way back. Wyatt Kleesner manages to regain his balance. He'll play it up the near side. Ross with a big hit. Held just in by Sioux City. Shot from the blue line. Sheehy knocks it back below the goal line. Top of the circle. Shot saved by Sheehy. Kick to the corner. There we go. Now it's Sagers. Has it stolen. Ross behind the net. Wraps it around the far side. That's going to hop on edge and go the length. Sioux City goalie or player made no attempt to chase it down, but we won't pay any attention to that. We'll just call icing. We like icing. We'll get Heacock, Weiner, and Sheehy. Henry and Zick on defense. Puck's down, back to the top of the circle. Shot blocked in front by Heacock, who'll feel that one tomorrow. Sheehy now comes up the near side, gets it by his man. Weiner's got it there, left at the blue line. Sioux City regroups. Cade Weiner, or Jackson Heacock comes for his pound of flesh right now. You are 20 feet off sides, buddy. That was McCune. Just set up camp in the offensive zone. Weiner in for the faceoff. Puck goes back to Henry. Henry gets it out of the zone. Knocked up in the air. Glove down. That was a hand pass, but again, I'm not sure McCune knows what offsides is because that's the second time he's been 30 feet offsides. That's not fair. He's just a high school student. Weiner in for the faceoff. One back. Sioux City defenseman can't hold on to it. Presses all the way back. They'll go D to D. Puck squirts loose. Jackson Heacock knocks it down to the corner. He'll chase in the near corner. Faked out by a passer on the boards. Benzik can't quite hold it in, but he battles for it in the near on the boards. Heacock knocks it loose. Straight up in the air. Glove down. Dumped on net. Sheehy will have it squared out the other side. Keeps life interesting. Played up. Now his brother Xander Sheehy walks it up. He's got a little room to operate here. Sheehy knocked to the ice. He's all right, though. Hockey's a hard sport. Played down. Counter Sheehy stops it behind the net. Leaves it for Spangler. Picked out in front. Knocked loose there. Deutsch has got it now on the near boards. Played up. Late hit. Pulled the stick right out of his hand. No one saw that, though. That didn't actually happen. Played up the middle to Deutsch. There's a hit that had absolutely no reason. Directly in front of referee or Fox. Sioux City walks. Shot from the high slot. Now they've got it behind the net. Played around to the near corner. Deutsch is going to go get it. Played it up to the Sioux City D. Shot just over the net. Late hit by Mueller there. There's a trip. And we'll get that one. Two minutes for tripping.
Sioux City penalty number 52, Blake Buckingham. 2 minutes for tripping.
Dubuque will send out its power play unit. Sent up by Ross. Sioux City player is just about ready to take the faceoff on the backside, so they'll back him up. Ross knocks it into the corner. Knocked off his feet there, completely legally. He can't hold it in. He'll squirt all the way back to his brother. He'll play it there. A little hard for the younger brother to control. Shot on net, blocked in front by Sagers. Sagers has got it now. He's got Weiner on the far side. Sends it to Ruiz. Ruiz gets it into the zone, but he's all alone. Completely unnecessary shoulder check instead of playing the puck. Ross knocks it down in the corner. Ruiz comes in to help him out. Ruiz now in the far corner. Knocked out of the air by Weiner. Referee directly in front of that play did not call the high stick. But Ethan Fox all the way across the ice noticed it. Good job, referee Fox. You're calling an amazing game. Puck's down, Sioux City defense, outside the zone. We'll circle all the way back. Plays it up in front of the box, or in front of the bench, I should say. Knocked in. Sioux City regroups in their own defensive zone. They'll play it up just in front of the bench. Netherly's got it there. Leaves it for Zick. Zick tries to get back to Netherly. He wasn't there anymore. Battle for in the corner. Dubuque walks out with it. It's Mueller up the near side. Played all the way back to Sheehy. Sheehy leaves for Zick. Zick plays up to Xander Sheehy. Xander Sheehy plays it ahead to Cade Weiner. Walks around one man. Walks around another. He's in the slot. Leaves it there. Puck switch loose. Xander Sheehy can't quite bury it. He'll knock it back to the D. Battle for there. Pierce comes off his feet. Now it's Mueller on the far side. Over to Weiner. Weiner cuts across the middle. Leaves it for Pierce. Pierce got Sheehy in the middle. Gets it there. Can't quite get it off. Shot. Goal! With 6 seconds left on that power play, Xander Sheehy with quite possibly the worst goal celebration I've ever seen. But I don't ask about those when we put them on the scoreboard. So the Saints jump out to their first lead of the game, 5-4. 4:30 left in the third period. We'll see if we can hold on. Puck's down.
New Saints goal scored by number 34, Xander Sheehy. Assisted by number 22.
Sioux City plays it back. They'll carry it through neutral zone. Shot. Sheehy covers. Plays it to the corner for Zick. Zick will go behind the net to Spangler. Spangler's got it on the far side. Played back. Now it's Zick. Zick gets it out. Mueller's there. Offsides. Ross in for the faceoff now. Puck's down. Pierce has got it on the far side. He'll play it up the boards. Squirts past the Sioux City defenseman. He'll take it all the way back below the goal line. Circles around the back of the net. He'll try and come up the near side. Played hard off the boards. Spangler wins the race. Gets knocked below the goal line. She's got it in the corner. Plays it up. No touch there. Goes to length. Nico Ruiz will pressure it in the corner. Knocks the puck loose. Joseph Ross pitchforks it down below the goal line. Long pass stolen there by Pierce. Sioux City's got it in the far corner. They'll send it out. Spangler will play it with their skates and dump it on net. Blocked out in front. Saints make an odd change. Sioux City brings it through center ice. Jackson Heacock knocks the man off the puck. Sagers knocks it loose, and now he's got it through center ice. 2 defensemen back. Pulls up, gets a shot. Down below the goal line. Squirts to the corner. Heacock goes to get it. Sioux City slows it down a little bit. They'll work it through the middle. Knocked loose there by Weiner. Heacock plays it up to him. Can't quite hold on to it. Squirts into the zone. Puck worked down. Shot blocked by Henry. He's got it below the goal line. Whistle there. Puck jumped on the back of the net. Sioux City's going to call a timeout here. Saints have played a hell of a period here in the third period. Sioux City still leads in shots, 30-21. Saints have climbed back in advantage and have a 5-4 lead right now. Sioux City will talk it over, as will the Saints. Coach Austin, I can read his lips. He's giving a passionate speech about the 300 and how they just had to hold on. It's really motivating the boys. They're staring with intent. Sioux City players look defeated. Their coach is saying, well, I hope we can win the varsity game. At this point, I'd like to point out that the thoughts and comments expressed at this time are my own and by no means represent Dubuque High School Hockey or the Dubuque Youth Hockey Association. Looks like the Metros will send their goalie back out for the face-off, which will happen to the right of Sheehy. 2:28 left in the third period. Gavin Nethery will step in for the faceoff. Puck's down, knocked to the near boards. Deutsch goes for it there. Kick back, squirted down. It's loose. Nethery's got it. Sends it to length. It's not going to go for icing. It is going to go for icing. Puck slowed down quite a bit there in the last 10 feet. Didn't look like it was going to quite make it, but it did. Sioux City will now pull the goalie. So we've got the extra attacker on. Saints will try and fight off a 6-on-5 attack. Netherly, Deutsch, Mueller, Henry, and Seegers. Puck down, top of the slot, blocked by Deutsch. Worked down the near board. Sioux City will set up a mock 5-on-6 penalty. Cross-ice pass, blocked in front by Seegers. Deutsch plays it back behind the net. Sheehy gets creative, plays it back to Deutsch. Sends it out to neutral ice. Metros will come out, regroup. They'll play it in on the near boards. Stolen there. Deutsch has got it. Gets it out of the zone. Poke checks it loose. Trip right in front of the ref that wasn't called. We're going to get that one, though. Deutsch will go to the box for 2 minutes or a minute 41. Or hopefully not less. So face-off, not a timeout, boys. Saints are going to need another player. Nika Ruiz is up to the task, so we'll get Ruiz, Joe Ross, Blaze Seegers, and Benzik out to kill this penalty. Caught in the ref skates. Ruiz will take a long shot. Sioux City put the goaltender back in. Sioux City will start behind their own net. Come to the near side with speed. Cross-ice pass into the skate to the player. Taken into the zone on the far side. They'll walk Seegers down behind the goal line. Kicked out in front. Just missed it there. Just held it in. Shot towards the net. No idea where it is. Squirts to the left of the net. He's recovered now. Shot from the blue line. Blocked in front by Ross. Another big block. That's his second one of the game. Minute left now in the game. Kick back out to the blue line. Goes D to D. High slot. Blocked by Seegers in front. Shot. Goal. Right through the screen. All 8 people in front. There wasn't a lot that could be done there. So Sioux City will tie it up 5-5. .44 seconds now left in the third period. Sioux City takes advantage of the power play goal, and we'll go back to 5-on-5 hockey.
Sioux City power play goal scorer number 42, Riley Edler. Assisted by number 18, Jack McHugh, with 44 seconds.
Cade Weiner in for the faceoff. Just out of the reach of Jackson Heacock. Sioux City walks it. Top of the slot, blocked in front. Glove down there by Sioux City. It's wrapped around the back. Liam Henry will go back to get it. Plays it onto the near side. Xander Sheehy's over there. Tries to get it up. Blocked by Sioux City. They'll get it out in front. Again, it's Henry. He gets it out of the zone. All the way back to the Sioux City defensive zone. Cross-ice pass. They'll send it up the middle. High slot. Shot saved by Sheehy. Kick to the corner. 4 seconds left. Jackson Heacock sends it up to Weiner. Weiner across the blue line. Little late shove there. So at the JV level, there is no overtime. We will go directly to a 3-on-3 or 3-man shootout. Sioux City goalie looking for tips from his coach. I think the coach is saying, try and stop the shots. Nodding his head in agreement. Yeah, I'll do that. They're on the same page. So a good effort by the JV team to climb back, and we're going to get at least a point. Let's try for both of them here. Trying to figure out who's shooting first. Both players still have players on the ice. Someone's going to, looks like Sioux City's going to send out Steffi. Sheehy in net.
Time for tonight's shootout. Final score is tied 5-5. Up first for Sioux City, number 24, Bristol Steffi.
Sheehy comes out. Steffi walks down. Tries the shot. Saved by Sheehy. Hat-trick hero. Nolan Pierce steps out on the ice. He'll get a word of encouragement from Sheehy.
Now shooting for your Dubuque Saints, number 16, Nolan Pierce.
Pierce takes the puck. Slowly moves to the goaltender's left. Cuts across from the top of the circles. Loses the handle on it. Can't quite regroup in time to get a shot off. Kind of a slow trickle towards the goalie.
Next up for Sioux City, number 21, Logan Churkus.
Logan Churkus now shooting for Sioux City. Sheehy again comes out and challenges. Churkus comes in with a little speed. Nico Ruiz.
Shooting for your Dubuque Saints, number 26, Nico Ruiz.
Ruiz with a little speed. Slows down, top of the slot. Nice save by the Sioux City goaltender. Trosper. Jax Trosper steps on the ice.
For Sioux City, number 17, Jax Trosper.
He'll come in. Weaves on a slow move. Gets Sheehy to the lower right-hand side. Cade Weiner now in for Dubuque.
Shooting for your Dubuque Saints, number 22, Cade Weiner.
We'll need this one to get it to continue. Goal by Cade Weiner. So we'll go to round 4.
Now shooting for Sioux City, number 42, Riley Ebner.
Riley Ebner steps in for Sioux City. Really big guy. Oh, nice little soft backhand to catch Sheehy. Joe Ross, fourth man off the bench.
Now shooting for your Dubuque Saints, number 6, Joe Ross.
Goal! Joe Ross Odd fake. Swung and missed at the puck, but got the rebound before the goalie could touch it.
Now shooting for Sioux City, number 11,
Dimitri Soibanos. I think the whole Sioux City team plays basketball in the offseason. These guys are huge. Soibanos with a nice little backhander over Sheehy. Saints will send out Xander Sheehy as their fifth shooter.
Number 34, Xander Sheehy.
And that'll do it. Sioux City gets the win, 6-5. Valiant effort to come back by the Saints. Big brother's the first one to congratulate little brother there. It's a good effort, both teams. Questionable reffing all day. Sometimes you get that. That's it for us today for the JV game. We'll hope to see you back in about 20 minutes for our varsity game.